Hello and welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Laymen. I'm Matt, and over here we have Mac, and then today we have a special guest, Kyle, joining us. Welcome to the channel, Kyle.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
What was that voice? Today, Kyle has brought us Chivas Mizunara. Kyle, what do you...
What was that pronunciation? You made fun of me for the way I said hi, and then...
Chivas Mizunara?
Yeah, but you had some sort of weird inflection, like Mizunara. Ooh, yeah.
Kyle, what can you tell us about this whiskey?
This is a blended whiskey inspired by whiskey in Japan. Yeah, it gives us a really, really nice sweet taste with it. Like a little smoke, little sweet. But yeah, it's one of my favorite whiskeys.
Huh. How did you come across this whiskey?
Drinking a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, my buddy's a whiskey distributor. He works for Southern, and he had us try it once, and it was amazing, which is why I have so much of it now.
Nice. And you said this whiskey is hard to get too, right?
Yeah, one store in all of New York has it right now.
Wow. I always like whiskeys that come in boxes. I know, Mac, you and I have talked about that quite a bit.
I'm a big fan of the tins.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the metal, like Lefroy comes in the metal cylinder, right?
Yes, yeah.
Kyle, was the box a factor in your purchase here as well?
Oh, God, no. I don't care how it shows up. Like, it could show up in a paper bag. It wouldn't transport that well, so maybe a plastic bag. But as long as it tastes good, I'm fine with it.
Okay, yeah, I think the paper bag might affect the flavor of the whiskey, too.
Do you want to touch it?
Oh, it's actually a ribbed box. It's not just like a flat box. It's pretty interesting.
You wouldn't have known that if Kyle hadn't had you.
That's true.
Please touch my box.
I'm no longer want to touch the box. I mean, it's pretty neat.
Can I touch my box?
I get to touch the box now. It is pretty cool. I do like that it has the texture.
Yeah.
Also, the logo on the top kind of looks like a pretzel.
Yes. This is going to trigger some of your viewers.
That sound is?
Yeah.
This is one of your favorites, your favorite whiskeys right now?
Yes.
And you didn't mention this earlier, but you said you've been drinking whiskeys for a couple years now.
Yeah.
So you would be slightly less of a layman than myself and Matt.
Yeah, like I said, my buddy works for Southern, so he feeds us lots of different whiskeys. So I've tried, probably several hundred at this point. Well, not several hundred, but like 800.
Mm-hmm. And this is the one that stands out as one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's one of the most different whiskeys that I've ever had.
Oh.
Like usually you get like sweet or smoky. You usually don't get that really good meld of the two, and I think this really provides that.
All right. Would you like to take it out of the box for us, Kyle?
Sure, like destructively or
No, I mean
not.
Oh wait, we have to save the box so you can make your weird ASMR video later.
That's
Yes.
true. Yeah.
Good thinking ahead.
Ta-da!
Whoa. Okay, so the bottle is shaped exactly like a regular Chivas Regal bottle, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. Yeah. So it's a pretty standard, Chivas bottle.
It's a nice color whiskey.
Yeah.
It's a very appealing color, honestly.
I'm not sure how well you'd be able to see that, but yeah, it's the color of good whiskey. I've cut myself on this several times.
That's concerning.
Actually,
it's like tin and
Oh,
metal.
yeah. It's like
I was just
the
gonna.
foil-
The last
foil
time I
box.
opened a Chivas Regal, I also cut myself opening the top on it.
Seriously?
Yes.
I did not realize that was
They're
a thing.
very sharp. It's usually you stick your fingernail underneath it, so the cut's always in here.
Oh, God, that's really painful.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
It's a horrible spot to get a cut.
So, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a cork, so you
Oh,
can
it's
tell
just a twist top.
Yeah, they skimped on the quality of the bottle to make it more to make it cheaper for the public.
Interesting. How
And
much does a cork cost?
I don't know, but this evidently was cheaper, and it didn't help the sales at all.
Making it cheaper didn't help the sales.
Correct.
Huh.
Yeah, because a normal Chivas Regal is like what, 55 or something, and then this was, you said, like
It's like
40?
$30 to $40.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. You would think like a special type of whiskey would be more expensive, not less expensive. Well, shall we give it a pour then? I've been making Kyle do everything I can pour it, I guess, or if you want to pour it, you can, Kyle.
No, I want to see your pouring skills in
Yes.
in
let's-
person.
Yes.
My pouring skills are poor.
They're mythical.
And I also never know like how much to pour either.
Enough for a good sip.
A finger.
We'll go with that.
Now, when they say a finger, as a measurement? Is it just the width of one finger? Okay.
What if you got
Okay.
really?
I think I have multiple fingers.
What if you have really thick fingers? Is the thumb a finger?
Well, you say you have 10 fingers, and
That's true.
So like a thumb then.
yeah, if you want to get hammered now, and you are a fan of bowling, and you have one of our nasty ass thumbs, you get really drunk really quick.
That's fair, yeah. It does smell like what I would expect a Scotch to smell like. I think like a non-smoky Scotch.
It reminds me a lot of the regular Chivas Regal in a smell.
Okay, yeah, that probably is what I'm thinking of. I haven't tried that in a while, and we have not done that on camera yet. So.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, you're starting with this?
Yeah.
You haven't done the regular Chivas?
We've both tried the regular Chivas, just not on our YouTube channel.
I'm
so.
kind of a big fan of the regular Chivas, and whenever I get a bottle to do for the shoots, it's like a week away. And then the bottle seems to be empty by the time we go to shoot. So we do something else.
Yeah, that is
We
true.
just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah,
It's strange.
Dare you enjoy your purchase?
Exactly. So it's got like a slight smoky, slight like buttery, scotchy
Yeah.
smell to it. It's very appealing, honestly.
Definitely butterscotchy. I've never heard anybody say it like that, but now that you pointed it out, I'm using that anytime I try and pawn this off on people.
It's kind of
Lovingly pawn it off.
Right.
It's kind of fruity smelling a little bit too, I think. Like,
What kind of fruit?
I want to say banana.
That's
Is
not
that
because
the
we're making
banana
banana
bread?
bread, right?
There is banana bread being baked in this house right now.
If you smell or taste something that I don't, like,
We're always going to taste something different than...
Right, I can't refute it. So, like,
Well, you can tell us we're wrong.
I think whiskey's very subjective.
Oh yeah,
That's fair.
So
Definitely.
I could never tell anybody they're wrong about what they do and do not like in whiskey. Like if you smell banana, then you smell banana. I don't.
There is no banana smells coming from this glass.
Okay, so when you drink it, do you also breathe in while you're drinking it, or do you just because depending on how
Only
you
a little bit.
okay depending on how you drink whiskey, you're gonna get different flavors.
What's the proper way to drink?
Yeah,
whiskey?
I'm not sure I've ever
Ages.
learned how to properly drink whiskey.
I don't know if there is a proper way. So like with any type of liquid, when you're drinking it, you know, they say what smell or scent is what 80% of flavor.
Yeah.
So usually when I'm drinking pretty much any alcohol, I try to breathe in through my nose as well, like while sipping it. So you get the flavor on the tongue and the flavor in the nose.
Okay.
That makes sense. I think I've been doing that, but I'm not sure now. I don't think I've been thinking
Yeah.
enough about how I'm drinking.
Yeah, I always like try and like is when I'm pouring it into my mouth, taking a sip, trying to breathe in a little bit just to, you know, get the vapors in there.
Okay.
I'm not immediately sure what I tasted though. Ooh. It tastes different than the original, which I think is obvious that it should.
It's a lot sweeter. There's almost no burn for me.
Yeah,
I'm not
very little
sure.
burn.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's because of how much whiskey I've drinking, and
Professional.
Drank?
consumed,
Consumed.
imbibed.
Imbibed. Ooh.
Man of culture.
Obviously, I brought Japanese Scottish whiskey.
I did have a question about that. The box said it was bottled in Scotland.
Yes.
So they get the trees that have fallen in Japan and then they ship them to Scotland to bottle there?
I believe so,
Or,
yeah.
or are the barrels made in Japan and then shipped over as a barrel already?
That I don't know. I just know the wood comes from Japan, and they can only call it Scotch if it's, you know, distilled and bottled
Right.
and aged in Scotland.
Right.
But I usually like smokier whiskeys, but I really appreciate what this whiskey is, or what this Scotch is doing. It's not trying to pretend it's something. It's like it's made in the barrels that will make it sweet, and that it just lives to that.
Yeah.
And that's something I really enjoy about this.
I like that a lot.
It's very, very easy to drink.
Yeah.
This turns off a lot of like big Scotch fans just because it is sweeter. It's definitely sweeter. It's a lot better than the cake garbage you had me try earlier. At least this has flavor, and it doesn't burn all the way down. If you want to like Scotch, you can like whatever you like, unless it's Dewar's. Did you like Dewar's?
We haven't done one yet, but it's just interesting that is that you are against.
Throwing shade at Dewar's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dewar's White Label may be the worst whiskey on the planet.
So when we do try Dewar's, we're going to have you back on to do it with us.
Oh, I'm going to swear a lot.
What would you rate this whiskey?
Ah, yes, I am very familiar with your rating system, so I
Perfect.
will give it 2 squirrels out of 7.
2 squirrels out of 7. That is
Lower is better.
Oh, it's like golf.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 squirrels out of 7.
Well under par. What do you guys? How do you guys actually rate things?
Well, we've been doing them out of 10, and we were originally keeping it to just 1 decimal place, and then Mac did like
I ruined it.
he did like 3 decimal places, I think, at some point. So then
Did you give it like an 8.125?
I think I did a 6.25 at one point.
6.75. I'm giving it a 7, maybe a 7.25.
yeah, and
Okay, I'm not. I only do integers because I hate that. Because
Yeah.
if you're gonna do stuff like that, you might as well just rate it out of 100
Well, I think it was more the fun of the fact of that we weren't doing it out of
or out of 1,000 or 10,000 for you.
It could be out of 1,000, or it could be out of squirrels. Like, what's wrong with squirrels? I like your scale.
I would give this out of 10 at probably an 8.
an 8 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah. I will never give anything a 10 out of 10 because I don't think the perfect anything exists.
Right. It's
That is very similar to the way we've been rating things.
yes,
Okay.
the mythical supreme whiskey. does
Right,
not
yeah.
exist.
And
Not
it's,
at all.
it's also that the fact that there's no 1 in my list either. A 1.
A 1.
Like, as bad as Lafroig was, it wasn't the bottom. Like, I still think that there's potentially something that will kill me.
You
and
mean-
I will like that least.
You mean doers?
I haven't tried it. I'll have to try that. If I die, we'll know that that is the bottom of the scale. All right, Matt, what would you rate this?
I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think, I will have to check the archives, but I think that is my highest rating I've ever given a whiskey on this channel. I think. What about you, Mac? What's your score?
A 7.5.
7.5. Always got to one up me, or half of
I liked it. It's good.
me. What?
Nah, just the 0.5. I like integers.
All right, I gave it a 75 out of 100. I've changed my scale. Would you recommend this to other people?
Yeah.
Even non-whiskey drinkers?
Yeah, I think this is a great whiskey or scotch to get in on like the ground floor because it's drinkable, it's sweet, it doesn't burn.
The only problem is that it's no longer that accessible.
Yeah. So they'd have to come to me. And the thing is I don't like people. So
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.